Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I quickly wanted to make a very good point on this video. I wanted to do a movie review. I was meaning to do this a long time ago, but I never got around to it. I just, there were so many things on my mind and stuff like that. So, for those of you who have seen the real Jesus versus the fake Jesus, if you haven't seen it, you're gonna have to go to my channel and then scroll down until you find it, because I guess YouTube or whatever doesn't want to show it, or I don't know what's going on. Honestly, don't know. But I wanted to do a movie review on Passion of the Christ. And I wanted to say this is very important. Passion of the Christ is a very, very good movie as far as a drama. For a drama, is a very, very good movie. The actors are superb. They're great. For a drama movie, I pretty much give it a 2 thumbs up on that one. But as far as the accuracy of how Jesus is portrayed in this, I had to give it 2 thumbs down, because it's not exactly accurate. Like I said before, Jesus is not a divine being. He's not a God. And the movie is still trying to portray him as that. So I think that Mel Gibson was probably pressured into doing that instead of showing the real truth about his life. Again, that's just my opinion. I'm not really saying that's really what it is. I'm just saying that's my opinion. I believe he was pressured into making a movie portraying him as a god, or this divine being that we should actually kneel down and worship, which is not the real Jesus' true intent. The real Jesus, in fact, which again is his life was poorly documented. The real Jesus was based on the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Gospel of Philip, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, and the Gospel of Judas, and I believe the Gospel of Thomas. With all that being said, there's a couple of things that I thought was kind of very inaccurate. Judas, for example, when he repented, when he felt bad about betraying Jesus and he wanted to give back the silver to the high priest, and it says, "You got your money. If you did any crime, that's your own affair, not mine." So he threw the silver on the ground. He don't want nothing to do with it. He felt bad and was like saying, "Let him go. He hasn't done anything. I made a mistake." It's like a way of saying that I screwed up. I fucked up. And then after that, he started seeing visions of all these horrific things. The kids, their faces looking evil and demonic and stupid shit like that, and it's him seeing all these images. And no matter what, he wanted to end the whole thing, so he hung himself and died. For all we know, somebody probably jumped him and made it look like a suicide. Hung a noose around his neck and then hung himself. It could be any number of things that could have happened, because it wouldn't surprise me that he was murdered. I would not be surprised if Judas was actually murdered. So him going to hell and staying there and stuff like that, it's just I'm very sorry, but it's just fucking stupid. It's just very stupid as hell. So that was also very inaccurate, regardless of what the Bible says, because the King James Bible is pretty much bullshit anyways to begin with. It's been rewritten purposely. A lot of things were fabricated and a lot of things were taken out during the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD by these church officials, all these people that are in power, and then with the help of Constantine. And Christian fundamentalists out there should already know about the corruption of the Council of Nicaea, where they fabricated Jesus' actual life. So this is not exactly accurate. Just to let you know, it's a very good drama. It's a very good drama movie, and some parts are actually emotional. I never cried, of course. I mean, when I went to go see the movie, I remember that the place was packed in the movie theater. They were showing it on 4 different screens. And then even the usher warned the audience that it's very gruesome and things like that. So as I was watching it, when Jesus was being beaten and whipped, and with those other types of different things of torture, I was hearing all these people going, crying and getting emotional. I'm like, and I could just hear it all around me, and some girl yelling, "Stop, stop," that kind of thing. And I'm like, it's just a movie. Just stop with all this emotional crap. What the hell's wrong with you? Oh my God. And then the way people just get carried away with this. And then it was very gruesome, but I've seen things that are a lot worse than that. So it didn't really bother me, because of the fact that the Jesus that was portrayed in that movie didn't exactly exist like that. It wasn't really portrayed like that in real life. So the portrayal of his life was actually fabricated. And the way the whole thing went, when of course people were just getting way too emotional, and that's what happens when you get brainwashed by a bunch of stupidity. It did show a very good side of Pontius Pilate, which he made a very good point. He actually wanted to save Jesus' life from being crucified, or being put to death. Just like, Lemot, put to death. Like, what, death? Like, what the hell for? What did he do? And he was the most logical person in this whole movie. The most logical person, and he didn't want to put him to death. So he pretty much didn't want a rebellion to start, any trouble to start, which I think is kind of dumb. I mean, during that time in the Roman Empire, they had plenty of soldiers, and there was still a rebellion that happened anyways after Jesus' supposed death on the cross, and the Jews lost. So what the hell was he worried about? He had a very large army. He had an army large enough to put down any rebellion. So I don't see the logic in that. But he didn't want a rebellion to start, so he didn't want any part of it. So he pretty much washed his hands in the matter and says, "It's not my problem. It's yours. You deal with it." And I don't really see him as a bad guy. To me, he was actually portrayed as a good guy with logic, sense and reason, in my opinion. So I don't see anything wrong with Pontius Pilate in that sense. So he was not really a bad guy. Again, it's a very good movie as far as the drama, but as far as an actual history lesson, is straight up bullshit. Any questions or comments, you know what to do. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And this is Dare to Speak. And to all of you, take care.